Hey you guys, I wanted to make a short video on how I film, like the position and where my camera is set up and just overall kind of how my desk is set up. This is a quick glance at my room. It's really junky, you guys, so please disregard. So I know this part is not film related, but I would suggest getting hardwood floor in whatever area that you are taking clients. Not even hardwood. I would really suggest tile if you can versus carpet, because I have spilled so much stuff on this carpet before, you guys. Like, my carpet has so many stains on it, from pigment powders to monomer, acetone, like you name it, it's on my carpet. So highly recommend having something or some type of floor where you can just wipe it down and go. It's super easy to clean it that way, and I feel like it's more sanitary than having carpet, especially when I have pets too. But yeah, that is just one thing I would change if I could. So this is my newer ring light, and this is where I like to position it. Where you see that green chair is where the client will be sitting. I like to position my ring light in the corner next to them, but away from their face. When my son sits down, you're gonna see exactly like how it's positioned in relation to the client, but the light isn't in their face. I tilt it towards where their hands will be sitting. So that's the position I keep it in. That's the position that works for me and gives me great lighting. So this is just a close-up on how it looks, like the whole setup. Everybody say hey me Askels. He's always in the camera, y'all. But yeah, I position it towards the corner and tilting towards their hand, not their face, and they will be positioned a little bit behind it. So here's my guinea pig. He is offering his hands for this video, you guys. This is my son Chris, if you have not been on my channel or new to my channel. But I just want to show you all the position of where my client would be sitting and in relation to where the ring light is. So this will be my view, how I would be viewing things, and this is the camera view. So this is the camera to the right of me. However, I am going to show you really quickly how I have been filming for the past maybe 5 videos where my camera was to the left of me. So you will see that in the next slide. As of lately, I have been filming some of my Instagram reels from this angle right here, and I use a small tripod that I got from 5 and Below, but I don't know how I feel about this angle really, because I don't feel like you can get real close up with it. If you have seen like the last 5 videos that I've posted, this has been the angle that I have been filming from. So the overhead tripod is to the left of me in the last 5 or 6 videos, I think, and I am not too keen on this position, just because when I have clients that have longer arms than him, obviously, which are most clients, their hands are going to be a little more forward than what his hands are, and they will be out of frames. So I am now going back to the original position that I have had my overhead tripod in for the past almost 2 years, since basically I started filming and since I got this tripod. I will have this linked in my Amazon storefront. Well, it's been linked in my Amazon storefront. So if you are looking for this overhead tripod right here, I will have that linked for you all ready to go. And I'll also have another one that I am interested in buying. I will link a picture above right here for you guys. This is going to be something that I buy within the next week or 2. I see everybody have it, and I just want an extra one to get different angles while I'm filming. And I think I'm gonna film with 2 cameras at one time, just so you guys could see different angles while I'm doing people's nails. But this is how I like to have my camera positioned, and this is just showing you guys how I snap it into place, well, screw it into place, I should say. You have to have a desk that looks similar to this, where you will be able to actually clamp it on to something. So it can't be too thick. Like if your entire table is thick like this and doesn't really have like a ledge for it to catch on to, I don't really know how that would work out. I don't know. It just has to be like it can't be too thick. Like the desk has to have something where you can like slide it into place and it can grip onto it, if that makes sense. Like it has to have something for it to hold on to. It can't just be like a complete boxed table, if that makes sense. I don't know, but that's why I showed you guys what it looks like in the camera so that you guys could see exactly what I'm talking about as far as the clamp is concerned and how you will be able to clamp it on. So this is how I like to position it. I am able to move it around as much as I want to, forward, backwards, up, down. I absolutely love this overhead tripod. It is a lifesaver for filming. I am gonna quickly show you guys exactly like how it looks when I am filming in different positions. You are going to see another 2 angles at one time. You're gonna see the way I'm positioning it, and then you are gonna see what it looks like with the way that I'm positioning it, if that makes sense. So I am gonna have just little snippets in the camera for you all. This angle right here is probably going to be your best bet to record and film. The reason being is because it is out of your face. It's not directly in your face. So I'm just going to move this slide down so that you guys can see where my face is, and you can see how close I am to the camera, which is not that close. It is to the right of me and kind of out of the way. And then this position right here is one that everybody films in. However, it is blocking your view for when you are trying to do their nails. So these are just the different positions. When it's like this, you cannot really see, so you are gonna have to always lean to the side, kind of out of the way of the camera, and it's just an awkward position. But this is actually the best view, in my opinion, for the viewers. The best angle for you being able to film and work, though, is going to be when you have your camera to the right of you, kind of like the position that I had the first time, and this position as well, where everything is clear in view and it's overhead. But sometimes you cannot get the perfect angle doing it that way either. So yes, those are just the angles that I prefer to view in. So this one right here, I will show you guys again. This angle right here, how I have my camera position, is going to be the easiest angle to film in. You're getting quite a good view of the nails as well. And it's just better for you working and being able to see exactly what you're doing. And again, I just want to show you guys, this is what that angle looks like from right here. I think this is a pretty good angle for filming, and it gives the viewers a really good angle of what they are looking at. And while you are working on the nails, they can pretty much see everything that they need to see. This angle right here is going to be the absolute best angle for your viewers. However, this angle is the one where the camera is directly in front of your face, and you are going to have to lean over kind of to actually do your work on the nails. So this one is harder to film in. However, this position is the best for your viewers. And this position right here is exactly what I'm talking about. It's going to be directly in front of your face, and that is how you're going to see. But like I said, this is the position I like to have it in, where my view is clear and is to the right of me. But this is most definitely the best angle for the viewers. For beginners, I would definitely suggest this angle because your view is completely clear. You can see exactly what you're doing, and you do not have to worry about anything being in your face, and you can still get a great view of the nails. This is going to be what I call the parallel view. It's just complete overhead. I want to thank Melody Susie for sponsoring this video today. I am going to be unboxing one of their Your Nail Box kits. I do believe that these are available for subscription, but in this box we came across some lint-free nail wipes, and we did also get some full cover tips, which I will be using for press-ons if I do make any in the near future. I actually needed some really good full cover tips, some more, because I was running out, and these almost look like the same exact ones that I actually used to sell on my website. So I'm super happy about that, because the ones that I used to sell were really durable and really good. Then we also got some sanding bands. I do believe that these are more of the like 240 sanding bands, but do not quote me. I am not 100% accurate on, or 100% knowing of what grit they are, but we did also get 2 files which are 180 grit. So one side is going to be 100 grit and the other side is going to be a little smoother, which is 180. Then we also got some flowers that you would use for milk bath sets, which I needed some more of those too. We also got a cuticle ball bit, and this is a bigger ball bit, so I will be trying this out in the near future in one of my videos. I do not have one that is that big. And then we also have a tapered drill bit, which is similar to the 5-in-1 bit, and that one was not a safety bit, so I'm gonna have to season that a little bit. And we also got some nail decor which we could put on the nails. I think I already have one of these from a while back that I don't particularly use that much, so I don't know if I'll be using those. I'll probably give them away in a giveaway box. But that is all what came in the box. I thought it was a really neat box, and I do want to say thank you, Melody Susie, for sending that over to me. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was super informative, and don't forget to like this video, comment down below, and make sure that you're subscribed. And if you do have any further questions about how I film or edit my videos, please comment down below and I will be sure to answer all your questions. Love y'all so much. Mwah. Bye.